to keep our chins up so our crowns wouldn't fall off. She wanted us to know our true worth and never to be ashamed of who we are. There have been countless times my crown has been crooked, and it's still a little crooked right now. Nobody's perfect, and we are all more alike than we know. But if I can learn from and conquer my mistakes, and I've made some royal ones, believe me, anyone can. You might even notice that my cover photo is far from perfect, but it was important for me to show myself as I truly am, with minimal makeup and straightening my crown while a wave washes over me. My sister Whitney is a photographer, and she was willing at 8 months pregnant to get into the freezing water with me to catch the perfectly imperfect, unretouched shot. I love her and the photo she captured for showing the real me. I've experienced amazing growth throughout my life. I could wait forever for the right time to write a book. But then it occurred to me that most of the important events in my life didn't happen at what most people would call the right time. But I also know my ups and downs have taught me to persevere and stay strong. And most importantly, they've taught me who I am. I hope that sharing my mistakes and what I've learned might help others straighten their crowns too. We all just have to believe in ourselves and trust that our paths may be a little different from the paths of others, and that everything will happen according to God's plan. His plan isn't always the same as our own, but it is far bigger and better than anything we could ever imagine. It's up to us to be willing to stop, listen, and seek what His plan has in store for us. Since I always learn the hard way, maybe this was the perfect time to tell my story. After all, I'd have to straighten my own crown first before I could help others straighten theirs. Even though my relationship with God is an important part of who I am and what I believe, and I talk a lot about His love in this book, I want people to know that I never judge others for having beliefs that differ from my own. His grace is just too influential to who I am to ignore that part of my life. The Bible verses I've included have helped me through tough times, so I wanted to share them with others. And about that happy ending, it might not arrive at the perfect time or in the easiest way, but I know my happy ending is coming. I'm forging ahead on whatever path I need to take to get there, and I'm ready to face any challenges head first with my crown held high. Chapter 1. The Tough Talk. But to each one of us grace has been given as Christ apportioned it. Ephesians 4:7. I was sitting in my room after school, waiting for my mom to get home. I just put the finishing touches on redecorating my walls with the latest posters from my favorite celebrity magazines. Like most 16-year-olds, I loved plastering the walls of my bedroom from top to bottom with posters of actors and actresses and music stars to jazz up my room and make me feel cool. One thing I always knew I got from my mom was my love for interior decorating. And since my house was where all my cheerleader friends hung out after school and had sleepovers, I had to make sure my bedroom always looked perfect. But this particular day, it was just me, and I knew for sure that although Beyonce and Hilary Duff were staring back at me from the wall, they certainly weren't going to back me up when I told my mom the secret I was hiding. I had a feeling this might not go well. I heard the doorknob click as she came into my room. This was it. I couldn't hold anything back now. My decision had already been made. "Mom, sit down. I have to talk to you," I said, nervously tapping my feet. I've always had so much energy that it is impossible for me to sit still, and that was especially true at that moment. As my mom sat down on my bed beside me, I told myself to take a deep breath and just let it out. Now was the time to speak. She was a very wise, involved mom and could always read me like a book. So I could tell by the look on her face that she knew it was not going to be good. "Mom, I'm pregnant." For a few seconds, my mom just stared at me. Her posture slumped and she seemed to melt into the bed. She said nothing. I was desperate to hear her say something, anything. But she didn't, not right away. I'm sure it was only a moment of silence, but it seemed like an eternity. She just stood up and stared at my new posters. My mom would always think about things before she did them, and it was so rare to...
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.